The Solterra Automatic Two Outlet Water Timer Programming Tutorial Series. We do a lot of these on this channel, and here's a hose end battery timer. This model takes two AA batteries. I'll show you those. They seem to switch regularly, the orbit timers in these. It's kind of wide, or deep, which is odd, different than the orbit timers you may have seen in the other videos. But so here we go with usually you want to set it to auto. See the little notch there? Auto is where I usually keep it. And so to set the clock, you see it blinking. You can either hold the button or go by the minute. And so that's pretty easy. So now we'll go to setting the time of the starting of the station. So this is a 2 station, so you can see where it has the 1, the 2, so we can switch between the stations with the station button down here, 1 or 2. So the start time on station 1 we have for 6:15, and then we can go to station 2 and set that start time, and it begins at 5 a.m. is where the circulating begins. So that's fine. And then the duration is going to be for station 1. It's currently 0 minutes, and you can click through, or you can hold if you want to do a really long time. Trying to think about where I'm installing this later today, and it's in containers, so we're going to do probably 15 minutes is going to be sufficient for station 1, and then again the station button to get to station 2, and we can set another 15 minutes. I think I'm going to put them both on the same. Can you put them both on the same start time? Station 2, I think if you put them both at 5 a.m. it'll go from one to the other. I don't believe that it'll open both at the same time. So we have the duration, and then how often. Every 1 day is every day. If you want every other day, or every 3rd day, which is about twice a week, or every 4th day, which is less than twice a week, 5 days, or every 7 days would be once a week, and I believe it would start on the day that you set it, so it would go, and then you can even do more, so 7 days, and then it goes to hours, so 6 hours would be 4 times a day, twice a day, or once a day. And for these containers, once a day is going to be plenty. They're not in full sun. And then you can hear when you switch it to auto, it's setting itself. If you want to run a manual cycle, you can hit the manual button, and that'll go click, it'll count down and see the little droplet of water. It does 10 minutes is the default. If you want to stop that at any point, you turn the dial to off. You hear it click off, and then be sure to set it back to automatic for the automatic cycle. If you want to run another manual, you can add or subtract minutes like that, or you can, if it's really hot out, you can zoom up to a long time. And then again with the station button here, you can go to station 2, so you can see it switching station 1 or 2. When it does both, I'm not exactly sure what that's for, because I've only set them individually for how many minutes you want them to run individually, because you can either run 1, or you can run 2, or you can run 1 and 2 depending on how many minutes you put on each. So here now it's running station 2 for 10 minutes because that's where I had it on, and there you go, off. So there's the general settings for the Solterra 2-station automatic outlet water timer. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. It's a pretty simple basic timer. Wanted to make sure that you knew that it says on here that it doesn't tolerate freezing. because it'll has the valves inside, and the whole thing will break. These are pretty flimsy disposable timers, so you can either just leave it out and then replace it every year, or if you want to get 2, 3, maybe 4 years out of it, they don't generally last that long. But if you bring it in before frost and you take the batteries out and you store it somewhere that you'll probably forget when spring rolls around, but hopefully not, and then you can plug it all back together. But if you leave it out, it will frost and break. It'll eventually fail. With probably 3 years is pretty max for these things I've seen. That's why I'm replacing this one today. So there you have it for the Solterra Automatic 2 Outlet Water Timer. Also, I've included the link for your convenience to where to find this. These are cheaper than the Orbits. I don't know why the Orbit timers have been increasing in price, because I don't know, maybe there's different components that are increasing in price, but for them to make them. But they're up over like $50-$60 now, and this one is about $30, which is what the Orbits used to be. And so I don't know, maybe this is like some knockoff or something. Yeah, it's made in China, so you know, cheap disposable stuff, and but it'll get you through a season and do what you need it to do, just with the hose threads and the screen. And Solterra Automatic 2 Outlet Water Timer. All right, see you in any other programming videos, and let me know about any irrigation questions or any garden related questions.